I'm Dean Walker, Executive Director for the Institute. I had the opportunity to sit down with Kobie Means today to talk about his experience taking classes at the Institute. Appreciate you stopping by.
Yeah, for sure.
Just give me a general feel for how your classes have gone this past year.
I really love them. I feel like I've learned a lot, and a lot more than I would have if I was just taking any generic classes with this extra level of a college class while I'm in high school. I think it just prepares me for anything else that comes along. I wasn't as solidly founded on the knowledge of the Bible and all these different things that come along with it. But I get to hear all these the worldview and the biblical worldview, and I can really just apply that to my faith as a believer, and it really helps me a lot. And the classes are fun, and I don't feel bored ever, and I feel like the work is it's a good amount to keep me busy, but it's not enough to where I feel like I don't want to do it.
Great. So what classes are you taking?
I'm taking the great books of Christendom and the New Testament literature and interpretation.
And then you also took classes during the fall as well. Which classes were
Yes,
those?
I took the previous, the prequels to those classes, the Old Testament literature and interpretation, and the great books of the ancient world.
Great.
So what classes are you taking this semester?
Psychology, Introduction to Psychology from a Christian perspective, and the New Testament survey.
I'm taking the same classes. Also the Great Books class. So I'm an auditing student, so I'm sitting in psychology as well as the New Testament survey.
And I'm an auditing student as well, and I'm sitting in on psychology, New Testament survey, and influential books class.
What have you valued most about the classes you have taken?
Honestly, the knowledge and the wisdom that I've gained from them.
Yeah.
It's priceless to me, and I feel like I've just gotten to where I understand the Bible on a little bit more of a deeper level than I did before, and I appreciate that.
Okay.
Very much.
Having those quality classes, but then also, you're learning the information, but you're getting it from a Christian perspective, and that's just, it's awesome. Yeah, and I really like that, and I would be very sad if that ever changed at Institute. So that's probably what I like about
And also the discussion and the smaller groups.
The
I think
ratio
it's
is really good.
and the students getting to know each other, and it just really helps to be able to be in an environment where you're comfortable enough to discuss how the issues apply to your actual life.
The big thing for me is that it's not just academic. Like, yes, it is academic, and that's good, and we're learning knowledge, but everything that we talk about, from just the theology, just applied to our lives and our hearts, or in psychology class, we're not just talking about, here are these theories, memorize this, take this quiz. Yeah. It's, how do we see this in our own life? How do we deal with stress and just all these different things? We're not sitting in a classroom as much as we're just in a room discussing life with each other.
The student-to-teacher ratio is really good. You really get some one-on-one attention, and like you were saying, you get to discuss how it applies to you, and also generically, which I think also helps you learn it a whole lot better. So.
There's a lot of institutions, colleges out there that are in name Christian.
Yeah.
To what extent do the classes at the Institute integrate biblical principles and knowledge?
Okay. Well, obviously the Bible, Old Testament, New Testament, those are definitely all about the Bible. But as far as the great books class, the Professor Warhurst, who's the teacher of that class, he does a good job of explaining how this is what they thought, and this seems to be this is the correct way, and this is what the Bible teaches regarding those subjects. And we have many times debating what the Bible itself teaches on that kind of subject, and researching and stuff like that.
So you're not just reading Christian authors?
No,
Okay.
It is people from Plato to the author of Beowulf, even though we don't know who he is. So,
Right.
Yeah.
And then evaluating those ideas in light of the
Yeah.
Christian faith. Would you encourage others to take the classes?
Absolutely, and I already have.
Okay,
Yeah.
great.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And I have.
Yeah.
Great.
Will have and continue doing so.
What about the quality of the classes? Do you feel like you're getting good quality college level instruction?
Oh, definitely. I think I took maybe 24 to around 24 credits before I came to Geneva through just a local community college, and I would value the quality of even just one of these classes is better and more professional than honestly any of those that were there, even though they may have been on different subjects. It just the professors seem to care more. They want you to succeed and they want you to learn more than anything.
Yeah, I would say the quality is very high. I've not done it and felt like, oh, these are easy, these are simple. They are stretching and challenging, but also not completely, overbearing or unmanageable. But the quality has just been, I think, really high.
The classes are down to earth. They're understandable,
Mm-hmm.
but they're still rich and they go
Yes.
deep
Yes.
and they are stretching, but not to agree that we're up on this higher field where you're struggling to not let the whole class go over your head. It's
Right.
never been a problem.
Right.
Yeah.
Great. You are graduating this year,
In May.
and do you know where you're headed for college?
I'm planning tentatively to go to probably ETSU in the fall.
Okay. How do you envision the classes that you're taking aiding you in your life?
Right. I mean, like I've already stated, and I feel like I've been repetitive, but they've helped me a lot with my understanding of God's Word and what He's teaching. My faith, I feel like I've been really growing lately in the Lord. I mean, I've had ups and downs, I suppose, but I think generally I've just been kind of going up and going over to ETSU. That's not per se a Christian college. It's just a state university, but
Yes.
it is. I mean, there's a diverse group of people there, not as many Christians, and I'm hoping to take what I've learned here and apply the truths there as well.
Yeah, so that's what we hope. Are you able to apply the credits that you got to the studies that you're looking for at ETSU?
Yeah, I think almost all of my credits will transfer. I'm working on it still, but I know that both of the classes that I'm taking here in this semester will transfer, even though they are Bible classes. I think they'll at least count as electives or some sort.
Right.
So that's very beneficial because I'm graduating with, I think, 45 credits. So
Wonderful. That's about a year and a half worth of
yeah,
credits.
I'm hoping to be a junior by the end of my first year.
I think it's given me a better transition from just high school to college with increasing the workload a little more gradually. It's been good.
And for me as a college student, even though they are dual enrollment courses, being able to take them as college courses has been a huge help. And being able to have access to that in a place that's closer to home has just been awesome.
So for the auditing students, what do you gain out of this?
Well, for me, I know just with education, I despise the pieces of paper that their expectations to have and all. And really, when it comes down to education, it's about what you're learning and what you're applying to your heart. So whether you're actually doing it for credit or you're doing it for auditing, it really makes a little difference. And then there's also the fact that I didn't have necessarily the time I wanted to invest in doing full coursework. So this way I can sit in, maybe do some of the reading, and just get what I need in this season.
I feel that as far as just auditing classes go, it really helps prepare you for college. Not just in a workload sense, like Michael mentioned, but also in a theological and spiritual sense. Especially the influential books class and New Testament survey. It helps you think in biblical terms. And especially the psychology class, it helps you think about things which we normally think of as secular in terms of the scriptures, so that you're more prepared to deal with that in college, where there may not be as much of a cushion between you and unchristian viewpoints.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like the classes I've taken, regardless of what I do, it will be very helpful in life.
And
Psychology and knowledge of the Bible.
it's a great balance of learning what the world thinks and being aware of those opinions and mindsets, but then also learning from a Christian perspective, you know, like how do we address this and what do we think of this and all that.
Wow, that's amazing to hear. Thank you all very much.
Thank
Thank you.